Hey, go Bears! Good evening, everybody. Getting ready to start unboxing this Smith machine and kind of trying to look at how I'm going to organize and put everything together. Got to move some weights around. I'm going to organize a little bit right now. Try to figure out what I want, how I want the garage to be set up. So now I've got a second station I can do accessory work in. Yeah, Smith machine is the one that has the bench press bar attached to it that you can. It has a track that it rides up and down, 2 bars, and then you can hook it in and do different things. You'll see. It's got a cable crossover system where you can move the cables from the top to the bottom, and it's got more functions than this power rack. It's like a power rack on steroids. Remember, Ryan? Remember when we were in Clearwater? Remember when we took our trip, and I got these 3X shirts, and they didn't quite fit me right. They were a little tight, but I wanted some anyway. Now I'm swimming in them. Still got your cologne? Yeah. Hey, Dobby. Good evening. I-10 to San Antonio. What are you doing? Delivering a load or something? Still got your. Do you still have your sunglasses that you bought? Second pair. I've lost. Bought another identical and a black set. Nice. Well, not nice that you lost it, but nice that you got what you got it back. All right. I think what I want to do is I want to move this machine. I think I want to turn this. I think I want to turn this machine this way. I think what I want to do is I want to bring this machine right here and put the other machine like right in here next to it. That way I can utilize this space right here a little bit better. So what I need to do is clear this off first, and then move this machine right here, and then build the other one right next to it so I can keep those storage cabinets open and I'm not blocking it. That sounds like a better plan to me. I like that plan better. So then that keeps the wife happy and the daughter happy, then they don't have to worry about trying to... It's another machine just like this one, but except better. Hot shots, man, I wish I could get into that, man. I hear there's a ton of money into hot shot trucking. Heck, Ryan's got a truck now he could do it with. I got the game on in the background. I can't see the game if I do that. So, let me take these weights off of this. And I didn't want another one of these foam padding deals. Although I like them, when you ruin them, they are freaking expensive to replace. To get one box of just this little box right here with these 6 tiles in the edges was like $40 some or $50. That is outrageous. And that was at Dick's Sporting Goods. I said, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I remember that. I'm trying to think if that's the right choice, is to put them right here, right by the door. Because this side of the garage is useless anyway with this machine being here. I'm trying to think where if I should put them up there, or put the one rack this way facing here, and then put the other one up against it. Leave a little walkway in between so you can get to the cabinets and stuff, and kind of pull it back away from it so you can get back and forth in the middle. At least everything's consolidated over here in this corner. If I put them up there, I'm going to cut off, well, it's already kind of cut off with all the junk that's up there. Yeah, I like having it right here in this open space, right above this. No, it's got to go right here, because the lighting is here, everything's here. I've got to get another one of these lights for over there. And I want to get one more to go on that side over there. Yeah. Maybe one here, one there, and one there. so then the whole garage stays lit up. At least I could pull a vehicle in over here. I don't know. I guess once it's put together, I can always move it around. They're heavy, but they ain't that heavy to where you can't move them. And it'd be nice to have it right by the door too, because open the door during the summertime, like Ryan said, you get that nice breeze coming in here. Well, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Anyways, it's hard to clean this rubber mat. And what we did was we were at the store today, and they had those throw carpets. I don't know if you see the roll over there. It's that cabinet over there. They had those carpets on sale for $34.99, so we got a couple of them. I'd rather replace the damn carpet for $34.99. It's a 6x8, and this little small section right here is $50 for it. I'm gonna try to pick this rack up right here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but I'm gonna try to pick it up and see if I can move it just in one shot. I'm not sure. You guys want to laugh? Want to see me phone interview several weeks ago? They hired from internal. They said that somebody internal applied for the job, and they hire internal first before external, and they got the job. I didn't really think it was going to be that easy to do that. that was interesting. I did not think it was going to be that easy. Yeah, dude. He made me feel like he was giving me a call back. Um, let me tell you about something else that just happened. Some things I don't talk to you guys about because I don't know if you're really all that interested. I got called by one of those headhunters, but it was not one of those Indian people from like one of those big corporations or something that are trying to place jobs. It was a white girl. Uh, she got a hold of me and she said, I saw your resume on Indeed and I recruit for what were they called? They were called the Bremen Auto Group. Bremen Auto Group. They're a decent sized auto group in this area. They own like 6 or 7 dealerships, and they said we're looking for a diesel mechanic. The problem is coming in the door. You got to get all your training done immediately. There's no option, and it's for a company that we all know. Very popular diesel engine, let's just put it that way, and it's not from the Ford type, so I'm not going to say. At that point, you guys should know exactly what I'm talking about, what type of dealer it was. And they were like, we're looking for a diesel tech, and you've got plenty of diesel experience. So the guy said, or the girl said, do you think you would want to stop by and see the service manager sometime this week? And I said, I'm always open to meeting people. User, do I have to say? Come on. Come on. I'm always into meeting new people. I'm never going to say no to an interview. I'm always going to say yes, no matter what. We're always looking. If we said we weren't, we'd be lying. Especially in this field, I should say. I can't speak for other fields, but in this field, if the door opens and it's that much better, a lot of us chase it. Some of us don't because we're comfortable. A lot of us are trying to get to the next level, the next level, the next level, the better pay tier, whatever it may be, better benefits. So I got off work and I went by the dealership. I sat down with the service manager and I sat down and I looked at him at first as I was walking up and I was like, this guy looks really freaking familiar. I hope I didn't get fired from did this guy ever fire me? Did I quit this job? How do I know this guy? I know this guy from this field somewhere. He looks like a very familiar face. And he was. When I sat down, he's looking at me and he was like, I know you. And it wasn't that long ago that we met. You're that military guy that had the service dog, right? And you brought your service dog to the dealership when you worked for Dundee Ford? And I was like, yes, that's me. And he said, you had that little cute white, American bulldog. She'd go sit in the break room and then you'd take her out and let her out every hour and take her to the bathroom, throw the ball a little bit and then put her back in there and she'd be fine. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly, and I started to get a little sad because, some of you that have been around for a while, I had to put her down because she had a spinal condition that was only a 50% survival rate, and she was already getting old. She didn't have a lot left in her. She acted like she did, but she didn't. And it got to the point where the vertebrae in her L4 and L5 was just causing so much pain, pushing on her nerve and stuff like that. The doctor said it's like 50% chance. We can fuse it, and she might be fine for 5 more years. Or the surgery could go 10 times worse, and she could be almost debilitated, like can't move at all, kind of in worse pain than she is now. So you have to make a decision. Are you going to spend the $5,000 and have the spinal surgery done, or are you going to basically put her down? So when he brought her up, I kind of got a little sad. I got a little emotional, and I said, yeah, that's me, buddy. That's me. I started out there with good old Vito, my service manager, and he said, I know. I trained Vito to be the service manager. Back when Vito first started, he said higher ups in the company that ran the company didn't like the fact that I wanted to put so much time into your service manager before you even knew him. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, I'm the one that gave him a chance because they wanted to fire him. They wanted to put him out because he was great with the customers. He was great with talking to technicians. He was great understanding how the vehicles work and what was going on with them. And he could relay a message to a customer very, very eloquently to where they understood it. His customer service was 1,000 out of 10. He was just amazing at how he communicated and how he dealt with people in general. And I saw this amazing personal skill set that somebody has that most people could never even touch him in a conversation, and making somebody feel welcome, and fixing a problem and explaining a situation. And I knew he had it. He said, I knew the kid had it. And I trained him. I taught him the back end, the computers, the payroll, all the admin stuff, how to get on the factory training sites, how to sign technicians up. What's up, Stoker? He said, I really, really, really knew that kid at the time he was a kid. You know, that kid was going to work. And sure enough, he took it, he ran with it. He didn't need me anymore. After I taught him the basics, he figured everything out on his own. It was probably the best service manager that company ever had. But because he was so good at what he did, we knew that another company was probably going to snatch him up. And sure enough, I think Gerald Ford snatched him up, and they gave him substantially more money because they're a bigger operation. They're just an outstanding operation. Very, very good reviews. The technicians love working there, kind of thing. And they snatched him up, and he's doing an amazing job over there. He's still a service manager over there. I said, I know, I talk to him every once in a while. He was like a brother to me. You know, I'm glad he let me come on board and stuff. And he said, you know what? Vito bragged about you all the time. Whenever you started there and you started like doing the YouTube channel thing, he was really impressed with how you stood up to people when you needed to. You didn't bring a lot of problems to the dealership doorstep. There was, you know, a little here and there, somebody leaving some punk ass review or something like that. But the majority of people, 1 out of 100 people maybe had something bad to say. And he loved the fact that you really tried to learn the product as hard as you did. If he told you to go do something, you could go do it. You were the go-getter that every shop wants. You were the guy that was going to be certified, that knew the product, but would also, didn't matter how dirty or nasty it was, how easy or how hard the job was, you were the yes man. You didn't care. You just had to work. And he said for that alone, and because Vito was like my prodigy, and he trusted you so much, and I know the work that you can do based off what he's told me and what I know, we don't even have to do this interview. You got the job. You got the job. No interview. Let's just talk for a little bit, get familiar with each other and stuff like that. If you want the job, it's yours. And he said, here's how it works. This is where it gets gray. And then like a police officer walked up while we were talking. He said, can I take a break from you just for a second? I want to talk to this police officer. It's a very important matter, and then I'll get right back to you. I'm not in trouble or anything. Nobody here's in trouble. It's just something I have to take care of on something I can't explain right now. But he said, I'll explain in a little bit. So he talked to the police officer, and I said, do you mind if I go walk the shop and talk to the other techs and stuff like that? He said, go talk to them. Talk to whoever you want. They're nice guys. So the first guy I walked up to looked like he might have been like in mid-50s. Gray beard, you know, gray hair. Looked like he'd been around a while, like seasoned. And I walked up to him and I said, hey, what's going on, man? I shook his hand and I said, I'm Rich. I'm the guy that they found on Indeed, and they're trying to get in here as a diesel tech. And he was like, yeah, we need a diesel tech pretty bad, man. We're so backed up on work right now, it's unbelievable. And he was like, nice to meet you. And then we got to talking back and forth and stuff. And he said, you know how it is, man. A lot of all these dealerships are the same. What your only thing that you're going to get better out of this is you might get a better manager, you might get better pay, you might get better benefits, but the dealership atmosphere overall is all going to be about the same no matter where you go. It's not going to change. You get the same BS here that you do anywhere else. You just have to make sure you're being paid to make it worth it. And he said it's union contract. You come in the door as a journeyman diesel tech, right in the door at $47.50 an hour. But there's so much training involved. For the first like 2 to 3 months, you're behind a computer almost non-stop. With this manufacturer, you cannot work on one of their vehicles under warranty at all. They completely refuse it. They will deny the warranty claim. When you come in the door from day one, you are behind a computer getting all the online training stuff done, and it's like something like 60 hours worth of training. That 60 hours ends up looking like 90 by the time you get pulled off and stopped, and now you're doing an oil change, or because they're trying to give you other chances to make money as well. So that week you can turn 40 hours with nothing but training, But he said you can also make more money by doing extra oil changes, doing maintenance services while you're there. Maybe there's a diesel that comes in and it's not under warranty and you know how to fix it, and that's a couple hours that you can do really quick. You know, make a couple hours in an hour. You can add that to your paycheck and then still continue to get your training done. So they allow you to work on non-warranty stuff while you're doing your training, but the main focus has to be your training. The first month, 2 months is going to be extremely hard. Trying to get all the training done, you got to get through tier 1, you got to get through tier 2. Once you get through tier 2, they're giving diesel techs a $10,000 sign-on bonus. So after you get done with tier 2, by the end of the second month, they start giving you every month $2,000, a bonus. $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. And if you get tier 3 done before the 5 months is up, given the bonus, they just give you everything all at once. Tier 3 is actually going hands-on in-class training and stuff. And they said the incentive bonus is at 36 hours, 36 to 40, you get an extra 60-cent raise. It's on right now behind me right here. Neighbor Bob, it's back here. So he says that at 36 hours, you're at 47.50. You're locked in. Once you hit 40, that 47.50 turns into 48.10. Once you hit 44 or something like that, that 48.10 turns into 48.70. Every 4 or 5 hours, it's a 60 cent an hour increase from zero. But he says the messed up part is our contract's about to run out in March. And with the union and with the manufacturer and with this dealership, it is mandatory. A journeyman technician needs to have all online training 100% completed and starting the in-class stuff before you can even touch a warranty job, or maybe the in-class stuff done. So he said the first couple months are not going to be fun for you. They're not. And he said your facility isn't the main facility here where all the rest of the gasoline stuff is being worked on. Your facility is going to be down the street, blocks and blocks down the street. There's another building down there we bought that's the diesel shop. You guys got your own parking lot for the diesel trucks. You got your own facility away from us for the diesel truck, and you work out of that facility and your own bays away from everybody. And he said it's what it is, man. He said it's no BS, no nothing. You know, this tech was like, it's not a bad life at all. It's decent here. But again, if you're comfortable where you at, are you going to come here and be like, oh my God, this is so amazing? No. You're going to probably make a few more dollars a week. It's going to be the same benefits that you got now. And you're going to have to start all over and learn a brand new product. Is it really worth it at that point? If I wasn't making at least $30,000 more a year, moving to a new job and a new product line, he was straight with me. He said, I don't know that I would move for that. It's not worth it. You know, it's to change your whole mindset, your brain and everything else. You already know how to work on this stuff. All you're doing is getting certifications and then learning all the nuances of the computer work. And what do? I could go pick up the phone tomorrow and call this guy up on his personal cell phone and say I'll take the job. He said you start Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. The problem is also the schedule. Tuesday through Saturday from 7 to 4, 8 to 5, or 9 to 6. I get to pick whatever I want. He said there's 2 other senior guys that are in the diesel department that can take Monday through Friday. Now, if one of them wanted to switch with you and say, you know what, I'd rather have the Tuesday through Saturday shift because I've got stuff going on Monday, then that would be a permanent switch. But he said also, they're probably not going to do that. You're going to work Tuesday through Saturday, and it's going to be hell. It's going to take several months to get adjusted. And then I said, what about vacation time and stuff like that? Business is slow where I'm at, Bob, for sure. Customers are not wanting to come in as much. But for those of you later that watch this video after the live stream loads, let me be. What's up, Joe? How are you? Let me be straight with you. When you go to the comment section, at the top of the comments, if you take your finger, if you're on your phone and you scroll left, there's a section that says to start the live feed comments, so you can watch the comments as you're seeing the video that's not live anymore, but it will correspond to what we're saying, so you guys will know. But Bob said a local Napa told owner told him a lot of local dealerships are ordering less parts from him right now because business is slow. Are you seeing the same thing where you're at? 1,000%, man. It's hard for me to turn 30 hours a week right now. I went from turning 55, 60 hours a week to like I'm barely getting 35, 36 hours a week right now. It is extremely hard right now. Even in my side where I'm not waiting on the customer, I'm working on the cars from the dealer. I'm working on personal cars for managers and stuff right now, just trying to make ends meet. And I'm barely even able to cover my guarantee. The rest of the techs in the shop, same exact thing. They're barely getting enough to stay afloat because people just aren't coming in right now. It's after the holidays. They don't want to spend the money. You know, it's really, really, really tough right now. We're going to when we're buying products and stuff to fix cars on the used cars, we're using the bottom of the barrel parts that we can possibly buy. So parts is not even making as much money as they were before, and neither is service. It's rough right now. But that dealership that I was just talking to you about, they have over 240 ROs that are still open. They are not slow by any means. They are jamming. They can't even get the work out the door. This guy said, I'm so stressed right now because I just hired on as the service manager here to fix the dealership's issues. And I've been director and service manager and general manager of multiple facilities my whole entire career. And he said, this is one that's going to be really hard to get out of. There's so much work and so many trucks sitting around that just need to be fixed, and we don't have the manpower to do it. Yeah. Michael Adams says, I have a plumbing and electrical company along with mobile RV repairs that has slowed down big time also. I work for a railroad and we are storing auto racks like crazy. Oh yeah, because they're not being shipped out, right? Slick Willie? Yeah, it's bad right now. It really is. And we were afraid this is going to happen. And actually, we've seen several dealerships now that's starting to look at thinning out management because they're not making the money that they were making. And they start with management first, you know. I ran out of battery. All right, let's go. Bear down, baby. Bear down. Look at that. Caught that son of a gun too. They've been playing. The Bears have been playing excellent. I gotta put some fuel in that heater over there. All right. Sorry. Sorry. Someone in the industry kicks the bucket down the road further. Portable battery jump starter you talked about earlier this week seems like a great thing to have for not a lot of money. Wait on that though. Don't buy that portable battery jump starter just yet. Are you talking about that Oak Heinrich or Oak Heinrich one? The tire inflator was phenomenal, but I went to use the jump pack, and it's supposed to be a 4,000 amp jump pack on the Sierra, and it would not start it. But I took the little $17 2000 jump pack, 2000 amp jump pack from Hemingston or whatever off Timu, and it fired it right up. That little $17 jump pack. So I want to retry because I tried my connection several times and it would not jump start the truck, which I have an issue with that. That tells me that either it's defective or it's just not very good. I'm hitting everything. see if this is. You know, I would love to go be an instructor at a Votech, but you got to have somebody take a chance on you first, you know. I know UTI was hiring, but I don't know. I kind of do like that right there because then I can put the other one. I could put the other one right here. Well, fudge. Those are fairly new. I've only had those for like less than a week. So extremely easy to install. They all LED. They all just snap together, and each one has a port. It goes through, and then you get a little extension off to the side to plug right into the outlet, and they're super bright. All right, I'm having a hard time here envisioning this. I am having a hard time. Let me see. These are heavy too, thick, very stiff carpets. That's kind of what I wanted. $35 a pop. Budget shopping, baby. See this? The Bears is already 3-0. 3-0, baby. Coffee. When did you get? Oh, yeah, they're nice, man. They're cheap too. I think this set was like $50, $60, something like that. And you can connect them to do the whole entire garage. You could take. They got bigger kits. The bigger the kit, the better the price you get. But you can connect these throughout the entire garage all on one cord. You don't have to have multiple cords. Because they're LED, they don't pull nothing, you know, they're very simple. See, show you what this carpet looks like. I like it. I think it'll work. I think it'll stay far enough out of the way that I won't really be. It'll probably come to right here. Or instead of putting it up that way, I could face the machine. I have this one facing this way so you can walk into it and use it, and I could have the other one facing this way so you can literally walk right in between and use either one that you want. Just face the two of them together, and then it'll be a complete walking path to go right through to the shelves. You can go right through to the... I might do that. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Favorite Bear player of all time? I like Brian Urlacher. I've always liked Brian Urlacher. I'm gonna get this box, start opening stuff up. I'm not gonna finish putting it together today, but at least I can get it lit. Get the fucking parts like that guy. But anyway, the gentleman asked me. He did message me on Friday, and he said, "Hey, have you thought about the job or not? Would you like to come work for us?" And I said, "You know what? Honestly, I'm so stressed right now. I talked to my wife about it. Starting and like learning a whole new manufacturer and all this. I got to think about it longer. I don't know that this is what I want. I'm very comfortable where I'm at. We got some changes coming up. We just voted the union in. Everybody will be on the same pay scale. Everybody will be taken care of. We didn't want the union at first, but there's just so much inconsistency with certain things going on that we voted the union in. And maybe it would be kind of silly for me not to see what happens with that before I move somewhere else. I don't know. Knock it off. T-bar row, barbell row, hook it into the little rhino horn down here and sit there. And what was my first car? It was a 1986 Pontiac Firebird. 1986? Yeah, no. 1985. I think it was either 1985 or 1986 Pontiac Firebird. I think it was 85. No, it was 86. It was 1986 Pontiac Firebird because I remember it was born the same year I was born. Ryan, if you're listening, Ryan, chime in. My birthday is on the 24th. I need you to get a hold of me. We are doing something with my parents, and then we're also doing something here privately. If you would like to give me a call or give me a text. Yeah, this month. 40 years old. Yes, sir. You got 3 years on me. Three years. He said he's got 3 years on me. He said you're a young whippersnapper. I got 3 years on me. Man, I like those better. I think those are dip bars. These are dip bars, right? I think they're dip bars. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got some new accessories. Oh yeah. These are nice. These are actually nice. Huh. Very nice. Very nice. Ah, it's 7-3. The Bears are losing. Damn it, boys. You messed it up. Supposed to run away with it and keep it going. Is it allowed? Can you put the TV on like that? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I keep it zoomed out a little bit so they don't think that I'm trying to. You making any meats this weekend? I already did last night. No. Yeah, last night before bed I cooked an entire organic, super clean, like very large turkey breast rack with the bone and everything. Oh, these are nice too. Wait a second, man. These fit my other rack also. Man, these are nice. Hey, Ryan. Sarah. You still here? Annabelle said "Dada, Dada." She was watching the little one, the 13-year-old, and the wife. The wife was like out hanging out with her. She says, "Can you say Dada?" And she's like saying it with her mouth and showing like her lips perfectly and where her tongue's going. And Annabelle looked at the camera and she was like looking at it and all being all cutesy and stuff and said, "Dada, Dada, Dada, Dada." I was like, I screamed so loud across the shop they heard me on the other side of the building. Oh man. FTT. Yeah, I want another 50, but right now I'm not pushing it because I think I was doing it a little too fast, and it was compromising a lot of my strength gains. And now I'm focusing more on my strength gains now that I'm not in like a lot of this. Good evening. How are your knees these days? Weren't they giving you grief? Love a good sweet potato. Oh man, yeah. My knees were, dude. Every time I would like stand up or whenever I go like, let's just say I'll pick this up right here. So, see like this piece of paper right here. When I would go pick up that piece of paper, if you see in my videos, I would have to go like this. I wouldn't bend at the knees. I would just bend over at the hips, and I would kind of slowly try to figure out where I needed to be, and then I would grab it. But since of losing all the weight, I just no problem. You know, the knees don't bother me anymore. I almost feel nothing in my knees at all, and my left knee is shot. The doctor said you're already at the stage of replacing it. But he said, here's the benefit to you losing the weight. You've been living in this state. You've been living in the state of pain so much at a 350 plus pound guy that when you get down under 300 pounds, closer to 250, you ain't gonna feel no pain at all. You're probably gonna be able to live the rest of your life almost with no knee replacement, no nothing at all, because you've literally been dealing with the aggravation and pain for so long. It's gonna feel like nothing's even wrong with you. And so far he's right. So far he's right. I don't feel any pain at all, other than that 45-pound plate that I dropped on my toe a few weeks ago. So yeah, I'm good, man. I'm already on the path to just amazing things. Yeah, bread is delicious, man. Let's face it, bread is awesome, especially homemade bread. Oh man, it's awesome. Megastar Fitness. This one is Evil Pal, the one that this is attached to. This is Evil Pal. It's got the lat pull down rack, and it's got the pulley system on the bottom. And it was just a power rack, a basic power rack. I ended up picking this up for like $375 for this. Not a big, expensive American one. Actually, I went and looked at Dick's Sporting Goods at some of the American ones, and they weren't much different than these. They were a little thicker steel, but they weren't much different. The quality wasn't much better at all. So I was like, man, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not in a financial position to be spending, $1,500, $2,000 on a power rack. And then I went online and people wanted like $1,000, $1,500 for used American power racks, and I was like, no, I'm just not going to do it. So I ordered this one from Evil Pal for like $375, and then I ordered. You guys gonna fucking. Hopefully you don't talk shit. If you do, then I guess you just do. And then this one here from Megastar Fitness, I seen a dude online and he was like, "You guys are paying $800 for that Megastar Fitness Smith machine. You could go on Timo and get the same exact one because they're like a warehouse distributor. They got it for $400 for the entire Smith machine. It's half the price." And they're always running specials on there. So because I was a good customer and ordered all those jump packs and stuff from there, they actually gave me a $200 voucher. And then because I bought the machine from them, they gave me another $210 voucher. So I took both of those and applied it towards this machine, and actually only came out of pocket $20 for this machine. They sent the other $400 to my PayPal account that I then put into my bank account. So I only paid $20-30 for this machine. Plasma rich platelets. Okay, stem cell treatments. I had them in my back after my accident. Okay, I'll check it out. That's funny. That's a funny looking Ford part. Okay. A good one. I'm out. The lawns won't mow themselves. Cheers, buddy. What do you mean the lawns won't mow themselves? What time is it by you? Why are you mowing the grass? Are you like Australia or something? I mean, I don't know. That probably sounds stupid, but I don't even know what time it is in Australia right now. Oh, yeah, you're good. Where you at though? FTT? You like Arizona or something? You still got grass growing? California? Kentucky? Alabama? Louisiana? Texas? You said Australia. Damn! From down under. There was a dude, Ford boss. Hey, chat, what's going on, man? One thing good about winter in the Northeast, no mowing the lawn. That's right. Victoria, Australia. There was a dude from Australia the other day. He was putting out a video after that whole shooting in Minnesota with that Renee Good, the paid protester agitator that went out there and got herself shot. Selfish mother. Had children and everything and decided to be stupid. Who has children and goes out to these protests and stuff like that? Who has a job and goes out to these protests? Who has moral value and goes out to these protests so they could possibly lose their life by messing with federal officers or just officers in general? Stupid ass people. But anyway, there was a dude from Australia. You guys can tell how upset I am about this. This lady just literally gave up her life while she had children and thought it was a bright idea to go do this stuff while having a family. Like, what family member does something like that and considers their family in lieu of what their morals are? It doesn't even matter what the morals are. Your family should always come first before your morals. And if your morals are going to possibly put you in harm's way, you always choose your family first. Fucking stupid ass people. Anyway, there was a dude from Australia, and he was like, with the Somali thing and all that, what Donald Trump's been doing, where he's been laying a smackdown on that stuff, he was like, yeah, I'm just thinking to myself for a second, if Donald Trump came to Australia and he found out about a bunch of information that was going on here and how our government was screwing us over, and he had a team of people that could go in and swipe up the leader, and I don't know, maybe I'm just, he played it off and he was like, I'm just saying, if we had somebody like Donald Trump to come in here and take this guy that's running Australia out, I think us Australians might be just a little happier. I guess Australia's getting shafted as well. This guy was like, it's no better here. The freaking guys try to control us and make us do things and implement all these laws, and they don't do shit for us. Is there any rare earth minerals in Australia? The guy was actually bringing that up. He was like, we do have, I don't know what it was. It was something like, he was like, we do have the world's largest like gold and copper and nickel and all these I'm sure. Nah, I don't think he would want that. And if he did want that, you know, it's here, and I don't think we would mind if we got our if we had the freedom that we wanted. But nah, I guess I'm just thinking out loud too much. 7-3 still. Second quarter, 8 minutes and 55 seconds left. Alright, the first box is done. We went through the first box. There ain't nothing else in the first box. All the accessory stuff. The pulleys and the top connection pieces. Their government is very oppressive. How many problems in this country are caused by elected officials? One is too many. Yeah, I mean, yeah, our government couldn't run, don't seem to be worried about the public anymore, sitting on the largest uranium deposit in the world. Okay, going on now. Cheers. I know, it's not worth getting into it, right? Australia is a British colony. You know, the gentleman was like, he was playing around, but he seemed very sincere. He was like, it's no better here. Like, you guys think you have it so much worse in America. The rest of these countries, they're going through 10 times worse with the people that run the countries. Australia has had terrible governments for the last 20 years. The left and the right side of politics here are simply atrocious. None of the major parties cares about small business and individuals. Our right-wing governments favor big business, and the left-wing governments favor big unions. Doesn't that sound familiar? Crime is out of control, and people are not as friendly as they used to be. Our population growth policies have been a disaster for social cohesion. Joel Davis being put in prison over his political beliefs in Australia. We are living through very interesting times. That's true. If you could pick between the Smoky and the Bandit car or Magnum PI car, what would you pick? What was the Magnum PI car again? And the Smoky and the Bandit car was the Charger, right? Sorry, I'm not as well versed as you guys are in some of those older like cars from the TV shows. Let me get this. This is what the rack will look like. It will have a bar that moves up and down and can lock in, and it will have a cable system that can be moved up and down. It will have a you can do like a sit-up area right here to hook your feet under. You can do sit-ups on the floor. It'll have a landmine hookup, pull-ups. It's got hooks in the back you can hang accessories from. Just a basic pulley crossover system is what I wanted, and that's what I got. Ferrari, Trans Am versus Ferrari. Smoky and the Bandit is a 1978 Pontiac Firebird. Oh yeah, I would take the. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Smoky and the Bandit. Sorry, I thought it was a Charger. I would take the Firebird. I like Firebirds. I don't know much about the Ferrari 308. Well, 14-3, Bears are losing. And they keep up at this rate, they're done. They are done. Done, done, done. Come on, boys. Weren't they like 6.6 liters? Weren't they somewhere around like 375 horse or 400 horse or something like that? something bigger, I think I thought it was. Box of clips. Oh, freaking. Damn it, man. You went to go throw the ball? Got it knocked down. I guess Green Bay's playing their game. Oops, that could have broke that light. $200 horsepower, that seems way off. Let's see what time it is here. Come on. It's 8:12. It's 8:12. I better not even get started, because if I get started on this, it's going to make me mad and I'm not going to finish. Do I just leave all my parts laid out right now and then get on it first thing in the morning? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to call it, go in the house, get on it first thing in the morning, and then seems like pretty simple, straightforward setup. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, this should only take. It looks like it should only take a couple hours to put together. Not even, maybe like an hour and a half. Oh, not much, man. I'm putting together this new Smith machine crossover cable setup. Maybe I could put the base, just the base part together right here. At least it'll give me an idea on what tools I need to have out for it, but it says I need 4 M10s, 4 M10 nuts, and 4 M10 washers, or 8 M10 washers. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the base together to see how wide it's going to be. And then go from there, right? Got pulley on that side, pulley on this side. Bar in between. Am I missing something? There's the corners. Where does that slotted bar go? In the back, up top? Okay, so I know where those two go on the top. Those two go on the side. Is there a bar in front of me that I'm missing? Oh, here. It's right freaking behind me. That one, the little hooks go in, and that's the bar. Okay, so yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I was about to freak out. I don't know why, but I was about to. 4 M10s. Eight washers. Four M10s. And 4 bolts. And then it says, number 5 is a fixed plate. Fixed plate 8. This plate right here fuck, man. Come on, Bears. 20-3 now. Jesus. Come on. 44 degrees with 43% humidity, light rain continuing throughout the evening, misty and cloudy this Saturday. Oh, nice projects. Y'all working on. I got a deep page fade unboxing. Went bad. It's my old lady's ball joint snapped. Ugh. I got a bunch of Dodge stuff right here, ball joints and outer tie rod ends, Pitman arm, idler arm. I'm trying to give it away. That was easy. Number 9 is a bracket. 2. This is bracket 2. It's these 2 pieces here. And it says the 2 long arms, which would be 3 rear upright brackets. That would be the red ones. I think that's these. No, it's not. It's not those at all. It's got to be these other ones here. Hold on. Hold on. All right, guys. I gotta take off. I gotta go inside. I'll see you in the morning. Gotta get out.